Hey, hi all. My name is Manoj, and I'm a trainer for Uplatz. And today is day four for the Docker tutorials. And today we are going to discuss about Dockerfile. So, as in the earlier session, I just updated you like we have a Docker Hub where we can pull or push our Docker images. And because the Docker is our store where normally we used to keep our Docker images there. So let's, without wasting our time, just we'll start our fourth day tutorial, that is Dockerfile. Okay. Now the first question will come: what exactly is a Dockerfile, and how it is different from the normal Docker images? So see, if you are pulling any images from the machine, I mean local machine, uh, it will directly download it from the local repository or in the Docker Hub to your systems. And Dockerfile is a it's like we have to write a set of instruction on the Docker file, and with this set of instruction, it will create we can create a Docker images. So you can say it's a customized image for Docker image for which we can we can instruct like which all which all services you want to start, which all file you want to copy from one location to another. So these all we'll discuss in the Docker file. It's a very important topic for Docker tutorials. So, and it will follow the, see, if you Docker file, the operating system libraries and dependency, we know that because the image itself is a library and dependency. So required to run the application source codes. That's what the basic our Docker image runtime will contain that, which is not reliant on the underlying operating system. So it will have a minimal amount of OS to boot that, including the Docker file, which is a standardized executable component. So programmers may design, distribute, launch, run, upgrade, and manage containers using the open source platform tool that is called our Docker tool. So the enterprise version for the business and IT teams working on the mission critical, like production application or the community education, is suitable for small teams also, like our learning Docker. So what exactly this Docker file contains? As I said, it will contain like where you want to, which image you want to download that, where you want to keep your image, which file you want to copy, any Python file from in a work directory or entry point, or which command you want to run that. So these all instructions will be on the Docker file, and each set of instruction will create each layer. That's what yesterday we discussed that. So we have to follow a standard procedure for writing a Docker file, because to keep our Docker file healthy, if you, let's say, if you want to if you want to run one command like Docker run command, let's say you can say here, let's say I'm writing here from Ubuntu, okay, and here I want to run that label. I'll write label, labeling. I'm doing label. Maintainer equal to, you can give our your ID. Okay. And here what I want here to run some run command. So basically what I'm telling that, let's say here if I'm writing run update apt run apt update, okay, and again I'm writing run apt install something like nginx, okay, FNY. So what happens here? See, if you see here, it will create one layer, first layer from Ubuntu. It will to download the image. It will search for the local hub. If not done from Docker, it will download. It will do labeling also, and it will run first the layer three, that is run apt update. It will on all packages. It will try to modify that. And again, you have given the run app. I want you want to install the Nginx on top of that. So instead of writing uh, entry on this Docker file, what we can do, we can make like this. If nn%, so it's like that. So instead of four layer, what we did, we have managed it with the three layers of Docker files. So what happens that it will create only one layer. The layer three will be here. On the layer three, your Docker daemon will go, and it will run the instruction. It will uh, run. It will like this one. Run the instruction like this one. Repeat apt update and apt install nginx. So both instructions it will do on the third layer of Docker image. So that's what it is saying here. So Docker file will contain all these things where you want to pull your image and labeling, run, work directory where you will create you which command you want to run or which services you want to upload that. And based on this Docker file, you can create your Docker build command. If you run, it will create your Docker image. So this will be your customized images where it has been created with the Docker file. And normal image, like if you are pulling that image from your local machine. So that will be a standard certified images, which is coming from the Docker registry that you can run Docker Docker pull command, automatically it will give that. And if you have a runtime images ready, from this uh, Docker images, you can create a container. If you run Docker run command, your container will be ready. So this is what Docker file looks like. And so Dockerfile, you know that Docker is a tool to run that. It's operations platform, whereas developers can containerize the applications. Containers are accessible before Docker, but have gained more popularity because it has more crucial aspect of Docker. Okay, so Docker engine and Docker hub. The first one works for you for local systems to run your program, and the second one, like Docker Hub, similar to the cloud services where we can keep our Docker images with the everyone. So everyone can go to Docker Hub and they can pull or they can push their images on that. It's a big community, so everyone is writing their Docker Hub, and we can keep our Docker images there. So it's a storage of Docker Hub, basically you can say it's a global storage. And Docker file, so the Docker file uses a DSL, it's a domain specific language and contains instructions for generating a Docker images. So each layer of instruction will create a separate layer. So that will be a image layer yesterday I told you, and this will be your read only layer. It will create layer 1, layer 2, layer up to layer n, and top of that it will create a container layer where you are write your container will get it. You are writing your instructions. So Docker file will define the processes to quickly produce an image. If you are running like Docker build command with -t and give your Docker image name, it will build your Docker image, customized image. And so while creating your application, it means that while creating your images, because based on images only your container will create. So while creating an application, you should create a Docker file in order, since the Docker daemon runs all the instructions from top to bottom. So here what I said, so we have to follow some standard instructions. It's not like we wrote some 4 or 5 lines to run command and all. So separate number of layer, the image layer will be created, which will not good for the healthy image. So some rules we have to follow for writing a Docker file. Okay. Okay. So there are some. Let's discuss what are the rules which we have to follow for that. So first thing is like the from. If you are the first command in the Docker file which is writing here, it's like from. So this from represents the base image. It's like which image you want to download from the Docker Hub, so that Docker daemon will go there and it will download the Docker image for you. It's a base image to download basically. And top of this base image only, your instruction has been written. So it's like Ubuntu, I have downloaded from Ubuntu, and on top of Ubuntu, I want to install some application, or I want to install some packages on that. So from Ubuntu, if I write, so basically Docker daemon will go it will read the first line of our Docker file saying from Ubuntu. It means that he has to download that Ubuntu OS image for this Docker file, for building this Docker file images. So which command is that? Execute first before any command. So it's like from and your image name. You can give Ubuntu, and if you're giving common colon latest or any version, so same thing it will do. Yesterday I told you that you can give. So if you read this example, you can see that from Ubuntu it basically want to download this 19.24 version of base image. So if I write latest, it will download the latest Ubuntu image from the Docker app. Okay, so the latest is nothing but that. It's like by default it will go with the latest only. So that's what yesterday I explained you in the session. Now copy. So the copy command is used to copy the file or folder to the image while building the images. So let's say uh, what it, because it will create a separately lot of instructions. So let's say the you have a base image is ready. So want to image ready, and you want to copy some files on the directory on the source to destination directory. So if what you have to write copy command. So once your image Docker image while creating a Docker image, what will it will do? It will copy your source file to a destination file. So you have to give your path, a source path, and the destination file path here. So copying, let's say I have a var file here on the source directory, and I want to copy this uh, a var file on the destination directory. So workplace or work directory we have to define so that it has to there because this file has to be there and then only it will copy. Otherwise, when Docker daemon will go, and if it doesn't find this file here, so it will give the error while creating a Docker images saying that this file is not available here. And so here copy, it's target Java web war file I have here, and I want to copy this on this web application. Let's say if you want to copy your HTML file, which is there somewhere here, index.html, and if you want to move it to your HTML directory, it's like user share with the HTML, it will go there. Okay, so that's what also we can do that. I think user share nginx and HTML. Now add command. So see, while creating an image, we can download that files from the distant HTTP or HTTP destination, right? Using the add command. So let's say I wrote here this command is download add and I have given the URL for the downloading that Jenkins, okay, Jenkins war file. So what exactly it is happening here? It will go, the daemon will go there and it will check this URL, add, and it will, if this URL is means executable, it is there. It will download a Jenkins war file for you, and it will add here. So that's what the Docker daemon will do for this while creating this Docker images. Now run command. So there's one, okay, run command. So basically, once your Docker image is ready, okay, then only this command will run that. So a script and commands are run with the run instructions, and the execution of run commands or instruction will take place while you create an image on top of your previous layer image. That's what I said. So once your base like Docker image is ready, and then you want to then only this run command will execute because it has to start some services, right, or something, whatever your instruction you are giving on with your run command. So this has to be, your image has to be built that first, and then only this run execution will happen. Okay, so it's like let's say I'm going to copy something Ubuntu or directory and all, and I want to start some what you can say services from that once my uh, base image is ready. So or here simply it is running run touch. I'll show you how to start the services, but the basic difference is once your image is ready, and then only this run command will run. Let's say run command you have to start. If you want to show that, it's a run command. Okay, it's here done. Okay, CMD. Okay, run construction I showed you here, right? It's like apt update. After package updates will do, and I want to install the Nginx on top of that. Okay. So that- no command. Yeah. Okay. It's same thing. The command is, let's say, the main purpose of command is used to start the process, let's say services, inside the container, and it can be overwritten. See, there one more concept will come now after command. It's a entry point, but that's what it is. It has been mentioned here. So if you are in the command, if you are writing in a Dockerfile CMD command, the main purpose of command is to start the process inside the container. Let's say I want to start here. Once my image is ready. It's like from Ubuntu, they have download. It has been downloaded Ubuntu images, labeling also done. I packages also it has checked, and on top of that, it has installed a Nginx uh, on our image. And after that, what I want to start Nginx because I installed Nginx, right? But after installing Nginx, I want to start it. I want to see that Nginx is running. It has not to be a stop state. So on that case, what I can do here, if you're here, I'll write it's like service because I'm starting this Nginx, right? So service and then Nginx, okay, and then so it's a start. So, okay. So you can see the difference here. See now, once your base image is ready, it has run command. What it does, it applies the package. It first check all the package available here, modified, and then on top of that, it install the Nginx package. And after that, once Nginx has been installed on your base image, what it has done, it has started your services also, Nginx services also with the CMD command. So this is the how CMD command will work for you. Okay. So you can say here, flexibility on Java, jar, Jenkins var. It's command plus an argument. Now entry point, I told you here, it's see some little difference we have. It's a entry point and command. So entry point, a container that will function as an executable is configured by entry point. It's like when you start the Docker container, a command or a script called entry point is executed. So it can't be overwritten. The only difference between command and entry point is a command can be overwritten, but entry point can't be. So this is how it's like it will be. Entry point cannot be overwritten for that, but command area we can do that. I mean, it is possible. So executing the echo command, let's say here, welcome to CFG. Now, maintainer, I told you, right? So maintainer, let's say here, okay, see here. Let's say I have downloaded one image here, okay, and basically this is the standard process. Once you download and if you want to run some instruction on your the Docker file, you have to label it first. So go and label it, and it's like you maintain like I'm the owner for this Docker file, and I want to. So basically, you have to give your ID for that. Let's say I given my email ID, and then I'm writing that. So okay, so here I'll show that. Let's say where we go. Okay, so here, so let's say here I am here. I'm done. What I'm doing, I am nine. Only step one, EC2. I'm launching it. I'll show that how to write. Okay. I'm creating a T2 base image, free to eligible, and keep your login I given, and network I have given. I enable public IP so that if you don't enable, by default it will be a disable. So I enable it. Okay. From a scratch, I'm doing that. So it will be helpful for you. And here, if you see, only one protocol, that is 22 for the login uh, session, it is enabled. So what I want to show, let's say I want to show that I want to add one more security rule, that is port 80, HTTP. So I'll go here, I'll HTTP, I'll add here. So I'll do testing for the Docker file. So okay, port 80 has been added on these EC2 instances. You can add HTTPS also. And here what I'll do, I'll do anywhere. Okay. And then so HTTP added, SSH added, label, VPC enable I did, and keep here also done. Okay, Uplatz added. So let's launch this instance. Okay. Yeah. Okay. It is running now. You can see my instance is running. Okay. So I'll go here. I'll copy, this is public IP. Okay. This is private IP. So go here, copy this. Okay. User, this is EC2 user. Login this. Give your key pair. And finally, you log into the EC2. Okay. So you can see here. So you have it. Now, from a scratch, let's what I'll do. I'll install our. So if you see here, Docker PS, Docker is not there, right? So we'll install Docker PS. So as, in the second session, I explained you how to install Docker yum update. So first thing I did, I just updating. Nothing is here. All packages have been done. Sudo. Okay. Sudo yum install Docker. This is basically I'm installing Docker on the EC2. So all this package has been installed. Docker packages. It's 2506 version. Done. Okay. Now, so we have to start that Docker services, right? Sudo. I'm in the sudo user, but again, this is the best practice to write sudo and then use that. So sudo service Docker start. Started on. If you want to check the status also, we'll check. But sudo user mode will do user mode hyphen a hyphen group hyphen a hyphen group. We have given Docker, right? Okay. So user mode given, ch mode also. Sudo user to user hyphen a hyphen capital G group D. User mode, right? Um, okay, one sec. Hyphen a hyphen G. Sudo user mode hyphen a hyphen G Docker, right? So sudo user mode. So basically, hyphen a hyphen G user. I've given that Docker and EC2 user. Okay. And ch mode, it's 666. It's given where run and then Docker dot so. Okay. Yeah. So you can see now Docker installed and service Docker status. Okay. It is running now. So now what we'll do, we'll write one Docker file and then we'll start it. So make the day 4. We are here now day 4. Okay. And just to be sure, our Docker file name will be Docker file only. So it's do Docker file. Okay. I'm in the day 4 directory and I'm writing on Docker file. So vi Docker I file I do. I will follow the standard instruction to write a Docker file. Okay. So now it's from Ubuntu. It is like I want to copy, download this Ubuntu images. Okay. And then label I'll do. So same things, whatever I explained you now, label, it's maintainer equal to Manoj 25G. Okay. Now run command I want to run. So same, I'll send you apt update. Okay. And I'm writing same in the same line, so and and then apt app install and nginx. Okay. And hyphen I given why because otherwise it will ask like apt install nginx. Now I'll create one work directory, apps. Okay. And then I'm copy. Okay, I need to create one index.html. Okay, so copy dot slash index dot html. Okay, and then cmd. So it's like this is service, and then this nginx, comma, then this one start. Start. Okay. Okay. And um, okay, here nginx. I go to service nginx start. Okay. So here, okay. So this is how our Docker file looks like. It's like from Ubuntu, I'm downloading this Ubuntu Ubuntu OS image, labeling it maintainer, and I'm running this command, run apt update. So package all package update it will do, and then on top of that apt install nginx. Okay, -y here, and then work directory created, work directory created apps. Okay, and then copy our index.html file here. Okay, index.html and then dot. Okay. Mm. And then cmd command. Okay. Now I'll save it. And here I need to copy on index.html. We don't have it. So here index.html. I have one. Let me copy this. So here two file I have. I have my Docker file and I have my index.html. So if you see Docker file, it will create a directory we don't have. It will just create a daemon will create these directory apps and it will copy our index.html. Okay, because I kept my index.html here only. Okay, so we will run that. We'll create one now Docker images with our Docker file. The command is Docker build -t and give that your image name nginx hyphen customize. Okay, and so we have Docker file here. We have index.html here, and I'm running Docker build -t and nginx customize image. I think dot. So Docker file. Right. Okay. So if you understood each layer of instruction, it is getting created. Okay, with our Docker um, file. So if you see here, layer one, it's from Docker.io library. It has been downloaded. Your Ubuntu image has been downloaded. Layer two, it's a run apt update. It done, and then it also install your nginx. Okay. Layer three, it's work directory created apps. If you see here, if you go in the container, I'll go that and we'll check that. Okay, work directory apps created, and then a copy index.html also. Okay, so if you see. Docker images. See, now it has Nginx customized image has been created with the latest tag. Okay, that's what I have given here, right? That my image name should be Nginx customized image. It has been created. Now let's create a container, our own container with this Docker images, because this is my image, right? We have created Docker, and if you see, I already added uh, port 80 here. Okay, so we'll assign this port 80 to this, and will that that's Docker run hyphen it interactive mode hyphen d detach mode, and hyphen name to this container. We'll give 29 99. Okay, container name given hyphen p. It's a publish port I'm doing 80. I already opened that port. Okay, and this image, customize image, right? So Docker run hyphen it hyphen d hyphen name that container name hyphen p published port 8080, and I want to use this image. Okay, you can see my container ID has been created. So let's see, let's verify that. Okay, okay, it has been created, but it is not assigned here. Okay, here. Okay, we'll see here. Check that. It's 80 port, right? EC2 hyphen user Docker run hyphen t hyphen d hyphen name is 89 80 colon 80, and yeah, yeah, it is port 80 has been opened here. So let's go there in the Docker exec hyphen ti. Okay, and log in this our container with bash. Now I'm in the container now. Okay, you can see that it's a 58 container. So if you see, let's see a service why Nginx is running or not. Nginx status not running, right? Uh, Okay, we have to apply that. So Update for APT update. Yes. APT install. And this I'm doing in the container, not on my host systems. Now service Nginx not running. Okay, start running. Okay, now again see that running. So now what I'll do, I'll go. This is my container. Okay, so this is my container, and in container my Nginx service is running. What I'll do, I will to verify whether Nginx is running or not, because I have already opened port 80 for this. Let's go to the exit here on the container. I'm in the host system now, and host name fun file. We will give this, right. Let's verify. Nginx should come here. Otherwise, port 80 has to be open. IP is 54. Okay, so it's coming now. Okay, so it means that our Nginx is working perfectly. Okay, so this is how our Docker file we can write. We can write here, and if you want to save your Docker file, Docker container, Docker images. Okay. Uh, yes. So let's say I have here, and I want to save this container, because I this is on one two images I have installed that Nginx, right? So we can use that Docker commit command, and that ID here, and container image we can give. So it's like the Docker co commit container ID. So this is the ID, and we'll give our new image. So basically, it will create a new image. So if you go here, Docker images. So see, so the difference here is this is the base image for that from Docker it has been downloaded. And on top of this base image, what I did, I have installed Nginx here, and I just started that. So it has some extra application added, something writable here on this our new image. So if you want to save this image, so now it is saved. So new image will contain our base one two image plus the instruction which I wrote here on I installed here application like Nginx and all. So let's say if I want to share, if tomorrow if I want to build a container with this image, with new image, I automatically get that our my Nginx service is running there. And if you have a port 80 open, you can verify that it is running there. The basic difference is that we can anytime, it has been, I mean, it's a customized image for you now. So you can share it to your, you can keep it in any place like Docker Hub and all. The new modified image will be here. Okay, now come to the slide now. So, yeah. Okay. So now what is the use or like what is the benefits of this Docker file? Because there are so many instructions now. The our DevOps team will write that, and you can customize your image as you wish. Okay, so that is the beauty of a Docker file. So the following benefits we have with the Docker file: consistency and reproducibility. It's like Docker file ensure that environment setups and dependency are consistently facilitated across different setup minimizing. So I just wrote a simple line of install only one Nginx, right? So just think like we have to run some hundred or thousands lines in our custom in our Docker file, and then modify your and then build one customized image for the production or for dev environment and all. So that's what we can write it and we can save it and we can keep in the Docker Hub for the future release. And version control. So Docker file can be used for the versioning along with the your source code. So our source code was our Ubuntu, right? And any changes that will contain that we can modify it with our source code, and we can uh, maintain the versioning. It's V1, V2 at that point of time, whatever source code you have. Helps in tracking changes and rollbacks. Let's say in version 3, you found that the application is not compatible with your image, whatever you did. So if you have a same version of your V1, just roll back that, because that application might be working on your version 1. So that's what you're saying, that we can do rollback also. We can do make we keep our tracking changes. We can revert back that also. Automation. It provides the automation with the process of building, configuring, and deploying the application with reducing the manual intervention and error. So it's like because this is our image, like Docker file, you can whatever instruction you will write, the daemon will go there. It will read the instruction and it will create your Docker images. So it is up to you while doing automation. Just easily identify, easily trace the error where in the Docker image, Docker file. We are getting that. So easily we can trace that. Okay. So best practices for the Docker file writing that use the following. I use official based images. So one, two, I have downloaded, right? So it's like we have to download not third party and all. It should be certified images. And best practice, if you go Docker Hub, you will find if you see all your images is there, you just trust it and then download it. Minimize layers. I told you like you can use and option. So instead of writing n number of run command, you can minimize it. You can follow the Docker best practice documents and write your Docker file. Leverage and catching. So by ordering the instruction from a list to the most frequently changing, we can maximize the catching. It's because each each line of instructions in the Docker file is creating one separate layer of your cache layer, right? So to be ensure whatever you're writing, your it should be clear because cache will be more, and keep it clean. Ensure to remove unnecessary files and to use that like Docker ignore option we have. This also we can use that to exclude the files and directory that are not needed for the images. Okay. Now, if you build your images with your Docker file, so Docker Hub is a we can is the I mean we can keep our Docker images, right? It's a store where all our images we can keep, we can track, we can maintain that. So you know the Docker Hub is a service provided by Docker, right? And Docker community for finding and sharing the container image with your own team. You can just give the authentication to the particular team, and so that you because you have a customized Docker images, so just provide authentication to the separate individual team like dev or prod team or testing team to use that same Docker images and keep versioning, maintaining, and tracking that. So you can create a Docker Hub account also in the Docker login, and you can use push images after building your images. You can push that your username. This is your username will be for the Docker Hub community, and your image name, whatever the customized image you created with your Docker file. And if you go Docker search also, you can do that. So Docker pull, it will pull the images from the Docker Hub. Okay. So this already I told you how to interactive method in the last time. If you go to the terminal and Docker image, the tag that you can tag your base image and you can push that image to the Docker hub. Okay. And Docker file method, it's today I explained you. It's build command. Once your Docker file is ready, it's a text based, right? Text based and no file extension. So once your Docker file is ready, we wrote right, and you can use the Docker build command and build that. And okay, so these are the some command I did. It's like Docker image build, Docker image inspect. You can also do that. It's like if it is running. Oh, this is gone. Okay, so Docker inspect, any image if you see. Let's say I am taking our image. We just created, right? So you can see here. So overlay name, it has given like a root file system here. This is a network overlay network taken, and Ubuntu image it has been pulled out. And the version of Ubuntu image is 24.4. It has done bin bash. Okay, TTY terminal yes, and then so this is the inspection we can do for our base image. So new image, latest with the latest tag it has given. Your host name on which your host name it has which container it has been created. This also given. Okay. So this way we can inspect that and that. Yeah. We can load also that loads an image from a tar archive file and streaming that we can prune means that remove all unused images we can do or RMI also we can use RMI will remove like RMI and then image name you can give pull so basically from pull the image from the repository push. Let's say you already tag your images on the local machine and you want to push it to the registry you can push that basically you have to use that your name slash your tag image name. Remove that and save it. If you want to save that one more images to a archive file, you can do that. So this also here. If you, I think I have here. See Docker image history also we can give that. It show the history of image in same like inspect. Okay, Docker update. So Docker update Docker tag is a tagging name. Tagging to means saving that in another image. That and Docker search. So it will in the Docker hub, it will go and will search where your images it's there or not. Docker save command it will show. And Docker compose will study in the next session. So it handles the environment very well also for that. Okay. Okay. Thanks all. Thanks for watching this video. Keep watching that. Thank you.